I'm going to make a challenge to all of you. It's so easy to sit through a presentation, say, yeah, it sounds good, and then walk away and do nothing. Technically, as a psychologist, if it doesn't change your behavior, you haven't learned it. It's just in your head. To be a true learning experience, you have to behave differently. So my hope is you all make a promise. I'll try at least one or two of what I talk about today, and when you find out it works, say, gosh, I'll try a third one, maybe a fourth. I went back to grad school in the mid-'80s. Second time around, I actually aced every class. PLU gives pluses. I got pluses in all but one class. I didn't do that first time, okay? I was a good student, but not that good. I used the principles I learned about in teaching psych to become a student. I wish somebody had told me these things when I was a student the first time. It would have been a lot easier. Okay, so we've got two things going. Break your study up into little pieces with reinforcement. Create a study area if you don't have one. I think you said you do have a study. There you go. Okay. Next thing. The more active you are in your learning, the more effective. And yet, increasingly, I have students who think studying is reading it over and over, and they're going to have some magical thing where they suddenly understand it and remember it well. When you're reading it over and over, or saying it over and over, the term for that is rote memorization, spelled R-O-T-E. It can work. It is the way most of us were taught in elementary school. The way I understand it, a lot of Asian schools depend heavily on rote, and some of you may be darn good at it. And if you can memorize and actually understand by repetition and it's effective for you, don't change. But for most of us, it's not the most efficient or effective way. The way to learn efficiently in college, first you have to decide, what am I learning? Is it a concept or a fact? A fact is the discrete little piece of information. Sigmund Freud is the father of psychoanalysis. That's a fact, okay? But understanding what psychoanalysis is a concept, okay? Understanding the name of a bone is a fact. Understanding what it does in the body gets into a concept, okay? So in studying, sometimes there are a lot of facts. In fact, I use anatomy as a good example. You got to memorize bones, muscles, organs, tissues, a lot of it. But if you simply memorize and don't understand the function of it, the comprehension of the actual concepts, it's a lot of wasted learning, really. Just to know a name of a bone is like, yes, so what? Okay? What does it do? How does it function? So, if it's a fact or a factoid, you have to approach it one way, and I'll talk about how you do that. But in most college classes, what we as professors are most concerned about is that you grasp the concept. Because concepts, once grasped, will stay with you a lifetime. Facts can easily get confused, but that's why we have Google, why we have reference books. If you know the concept, you can quickly look up the fact if you have to know that for a particular fact. Neat thing is, I get questions, who has more advantage, younger students or older students? Depends on what you're talking about. Most of us, as we get older, realize concepts are what are really important to make our lives better, to be effective in our work, to be effective in our personal lives. Facts, though, we realize we can look up. We can get those if we need them. Young people actually often learn facts very quickly, but they never think about the concept. I'll give you a simple example. I'm an old guy. When I was a bit younger, I would sing along with the radio with my adolescent daughter in the car. Oh, Dad, if you don't know the words, don't sing the song. I'd say, okay, Beth, you're right. I'm not singing exactly what he or she's singing, but it's conceptually the same. What? I'd say, what's the song about? I don't know. She couldn't tell me what the song was about, but she could tell me every word in the song. That's learning facts and not seeing the concept. I, as an adult, I know the concept. I just make up my own lyrics, okay? Because I don't worry about the factual. Now, some of you are going, yeah, but my teacher does. I got to know the facts as well as the concepts. So we'll first deal with concepts. Here's the question. Can you put the concept in your own words? If you can't, you don't really understand it. Okay? It's not meaningful to you. To make it meaningful is a struggle. It's probably the biggest struggle you have as a student. But it's a struggle you need to do, or you're wasting your study time.